Anne's new iPhone.
There she is.
Good morning, Vietnam. Well, Sunday Funday is underway. How's that for a little rhymey stuff?
Okay, let's just
All right,
keep it
knock that
real.
crap off. Okay, we're gonna get started by coming all the way to the back of our mats with our feet turned, with our feet hip width apart. We're gonna turn our toes out. And we're gonna bring some straightness to the legs as we begin to hollow out the belly. We're gonna find elongation for the spinal column. And as we start that process, I want you to imagine there's a little string tied to the top of your head, pulling through each and every one of the vertebrae of your spine. Let's take your palms, open the face forward, and draw the elbows backwards. And as we draw backwards, try to create a double effect. The pull back and opening and expanding of the chest and the drawing out of the shoulders. As we hold on this for a second, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to draw the hips backwards. Now, as you draw backwards, I'd like you to take the ball of each big toe and push it into the mat. And the draw backwards is really the butt pulling backwards with as much straightness to the legs as we can bring right now. We're just warming up. And we're going to just float up and down in this position for a few repetitions. Try to maintain that nice elongation through the spine and compression free through the neck as we raise and lower that torso of arms. And the next opportunity to be standing tall, serve the arms out. This is yes, not today. Now, spread the fingers nice and wide and then take the elbows and straighten them out. And then let's flip this grip. We're going to rotate the palms internally so the thumbs come down. And then we're going to draw back the butt. And we're going to keep the spine long and chest proud as we raise the baby fingers skyward. And usually take a big exhale, let the upper body fold down. Step the toes to point straight forward. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, pull. And do this for a few more repetitions. Make your breathing pronounced, deep, powerful inhales and exhales. Holding long the spine with that nice neutral neck of yours. Draw your booty backwards, walk the fingers forward. As you release the breath now, let the upper body just fold down to the legs and then Pilates style. Step. Open the palms to face forward and skyward as you sweep your arms to salute the sun. Cup the hands and bring the fingertips together. Draw your butt backwards. Take your elbows and rotate them earthward and imagine you have a grapefruit in between those palms of yours and an imaginary string pulls everything forward. And like it pull the shoulders backwards and forward and alternate in and out, not rotate. Now, pull them back, pull the shoulders off the center line of the body and rotate with the fingers pushing. Keep those elbows aiming earthward as we sweep from side to side. Helps if you remember your vocabulary and then we'll come back. All right, on the next opportunity to be center, palms come together, hands come over heart, stand tall. Big inhale as you exhale, powerfully push the hands together and push into the sky. As you separate them, hands cup. Imagine a grapefruit in each hand this time, pulling slightly diagonally away from the body as we raise those shoulders high, rotate the elbows inwardly so the palms have a posterior or backward facing orientation. As you keep this, draw the hips backwards. Now, as you exhale, let everything fold down and let the fingertips do the walking as they arrive upon the earth all the way up to plank. And then let your knees slowly descend to the earth. Keep your toes tucked as you draw back the hips and walk the hands forward. Let's keep those forearms up off the earth. Flip the palm of the right hand and to the sky, and then flip it back down and alternate from side to side. With both palms down, walk those hands back in As we come into quadruped position, step out your feet, knees and hands, depending upon your body width.
Oh,
We
yeah.
discussed this yesterday. Do the edges of the mat and not necessarily there if that's not warranted for your body size. Now rotate the elbows inwardly. Take your chest, make it proud. Draw the back of the head to the sky as you do the same with the tailbone. Now with this cow-like position, I like you to pull the belly up spineward and feel that nice tension hopefully forming in the belly itself. We're going to increase that intensity of contraction as we bring cat into position, pulling the belly up, rounding through the thoracic or upper back, letting the head drift towards the earth purposely, not just falling. You're guiding it down as your pubis rotates inwardly and upwardly towards your belly button. Hold on this as you drift the hips backwards towards the heels. Hold on this as you drift back to where you started from. And reverse this spinal process. Let the chest descend in between the arms, rotate the elbows inwardly, take the back of the head and the tailbone, pull them skyward, take your belly belt and then pull it up and into the spine and continue that contraction as we come into our cat and let the hips drift back towards the heels and floating back forward. And doing this one more time, enjoying the process of opening and awakening our bodies. Should feel good, hopefully it does. On this next repetition, holding back, neutral spine, neck pulls long as you tie the imaginary string to your head and creates length along that part of your spinal column. Let's let the torso drift in between the arms and then push it back up and alternate up and down for a few repetitions.
You love that word.
Ah, yes. Now, holding in the down, torso down in between the arms, let the elbows rotate inwardly, take the knees and elevate them slightly, and then lower them back down. And then do that for a few more repetitions. Make sure the neck is maintaining its length and chest maintains its pride as we maintain that lower torso position in between the arms. Now pull the hips up and back to down dog. Drive the heels to the earth. Walk the hands back towards the feet. And when you find yourself upon those feet, let's find weighting equal to the front and back. Just drift your booty back and forth and make the feet feel balanced in their weight of the upper body. With that, extend to a flat back. Walk the hands forward. Now, weighting more to the heels as we drift those cheeks of ours, you know which ones I'm talking about, backwards. Keep that spine extending. Fill those lungs with air. As you exhale that big breath you just took in, let the upper body fold, and Pilates style, stacking the vertebrae, open the palms to face forward. That nice external rotation through the shoulders, we're going to accentuate it by taking the palms and opening them to face outward, side, to the sides of the body. Sorry, to the outsides of the body. As you inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Cup the fingers, bring the fingertips back together. Let those arms descend about shoulder height as you rotate the elbows towards the earth. Use that imaginary grapefruit with the string to pull everything forward as you drift the butt back in this spot where we have weight. Make the weight in the feet feel mostly in the heels. With that, take the ball of each big toe, push it into the mat. With that, try to straighten through the legs and then draw them towards the center line. And with that, take the hands, let them raise up, stand up tall, release those tips, touch, and let the arms drift sideways all the way down. And we're done. No, I'm just kidding. All right, take your right foot, done with the warm-up, step it forward. In this nice position, we want to make sure that ankle's aiming skyward. We're going to take hands on hips. Our orientation of the upper body is very vertical as we let the heel of that back foot get pushed with resistance towards the earth. and then come back up. And then do that for a few more repetitions as we get some blood flow into that calf. Enjoy it. Now, hold in the up position. Take that straight front leg and straighten it best you can. And then take the upper body and begin to fold it over. Now, it's a load point. We should start to feel that rear muscle known as our gluteus starting to load up. How much it loads is on you today. You figure out what's best for your body. When you get that sensation, take your arms now and reach them forward. It's going to amplify it a little bit. It's adding a little more load to the muscle. Cup the fingers, bring those tips together. Spine is long, rotate right with the shoulders and come back center and rep it out. Do a few reps, your speed, sorry, and keep the control as best you can. Coming back center, hands fold together as we bring them over heart. Take that front foot, bend through the knee, and then drive it backwards to standing. Oh, did I trick you?
Yeah.
Now, left foot, step it forward. Hands to the hip. Nice stuff. Now, vertical body, right heel slowly down and up. And enjoy this as you create the tension through the whole range of motion. Holding it in the up position, chopping through the hips and bringing this to a forward fold over that front leg. Let's bring our arms into it as we add this increased intensity in the use of those muscles. Our fingertips come together and we rotate left this time. Let's make sure those arms are reaching long, elbows are rotating toward the earth. Rep it out. Your pace. And when you're ready, center it, hands over heart, bend that front knee and drive it backwards to stand. Push your hands to the sky. Separate them a little wider than shoulder width apart. Let's bring those feet a little wider. Let's take the toes and turn them into the center line. Now, as we hold on this, I'd like you to bring some straightness to the legs and proudness through the chest. Without sweeping the arms backwards, without creating that ratcheting, sometimes tensionary type of process through the neck, just bring them back where you can feel the muscles of the back working and the blood draining from your hands. Now pull the imaginary grapefruit string and let those shoulders raise up. And hold on that now as you squeeze the legs together and draw that booty backwards. Hold for a couple of breaths. And as you release your next breath, let it fold down. Keep those legs pulling together. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Keep those legs pulling towards the center line. Draw back, give me the weight to the heels. Keep the spine long. Exhale, fold. Step the toes straight. Forward, inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold again. Hold on this as you bring hand to opposite elbow. As your fingertips descend to the earth, inhale, extend to a flat back. Draw back that booty. Bend both knees and step those feet out. For me, it's wider than that width. You find a nice spot where you can allow your hands to walk back in towards your feet and put a nice bend into the knees. We're supporting this position with hands providing some of the assistance of the weight bearing that we were trying to impart. Now, you find what's best for you, right? Just if your feet need to turn out, let them do so. Try to keep a slight angling, more angling if it's needed, and then take your hands and turn the fingers to face backwards. So arms are straight. I'm going to try to bring that little butt of yours closer to the earth and enjoy a nice, maybe not so comfortable, pull in and around those small muscles and a couple of large muscles of the hips as we work on expanding their functionality. Now, push the hips to the sky, hands can keep on the earth. Legs can go straight. Spine extends as you inhale. Keep that spinal extension as you inhale and begin to lower the hips again. We have a nice exterior rotation through the shoulders. Keep the chest proud, keep that spine long, and see if you can lower just a fraction more, and then push the hips to the sky. Spread the toes widely. Drive the ball of each big toe into the mat or floor as you exhale. Spine keeps long and neck grows long as the butt descends towards the earth. Hold. Now, step the hands forward. We're going to increase some of the load. Too much, put the hands back where they were. Possible hold here. Adding a little more, hands over heart. And then slowly raise by extending those legs straight. Shoot the hands to the sky. Good morning, everybody. Cup the fingers. You know the drill. Grapefruits full high. Fill the lungs. Big inhale. Exhale, relax. Step that right foot to one side of the mat. Left foot extends wide. Hands come to hips. We have a nice wide stance. Sometimes we like to be a little comfortable with how far out we go. Sometimes it's a physiological thing. Try to extend a little bit beyond the comfort, but if your body doesn't go there, accept for where it is today. Now, that being the case, take your heels, scooch them out a little bit, legs straight, legs pull into the center line, hands to hip, spine and neck long, elbows pulled together, chest proud, without compressing, like pulling into the center line of the shoulders. Imagine they're actually pulling away from the center line as you sweep those elbows. Hollow belly. Keep hollowing as the spine remains long, as legs pull to the center line and upper body descends to the earth. Tabletop, lower if you got it, and rise back up. Very important to maintain that center pull of the legs, because we're working our medial muscles right now. Oh, you know those muscles that get lengthened out when we sit for long periods of time? Yeah, now we have them lengthened out and actively working. So, increasing their contractive strength. Holding down one more time. Holding down by letting the hands descend to the earth. Hips are going to draw backwards. As we now take the right arm to sweep inside, and we windmill for a few thousand repetitions. Oh, just making sure you're paying attention.
I'm paying attention.
Often as we do this, muscle memory takes over and our body likes to float forward. And you will know this is happening by just registering where the weight is in your foot. Try to keep it as best you can in the heel. Try to keep those legs pulling towards the center line as we isometrically work them and proprioceptively attack them or challenge them by doing these windmills. All right, bring the hands back down. Walk your feet together, hip width apart, toes in, straight forward. Fingers do the walking forward as your butt drifts backwards. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, full. Pilates style, bring it back up. And take a good look at that wall. Does it need a coat of paint or is it good? And just relax the arms. Turn to face forward on that front part of the mat. Take a big inhale again. Sweep to the sky. Cup them, pull them, broaden them, hold it, sweep backwards, pull back, and begin to fold that upper body with those arms reaching forward all the way down. Legs are straight. Step the palms onto the shins. Inhale, extend to a flat back. With back remaining extended, take the knees and begin to bend them. Keep the palms pushing. into those shins. If the head is seeing too much of the earth, draw the neck long, pull the back of the head to the sky, route out the chest, pull those shoulders off the center line, and don't let those elbows sweep inwardly, sweep outwardly as we keep that push into the shins. Now, relax the hands, sweep them forward. Bring those hips a little lower. Hold down, raise the arms, stand tall, slowly. Cup, pull. Keep the pull. Fold. Arms remain high. We're not sweeping to the earth until the last moment we need to. And then letting those palms reside upon the shins as we lower that booty and proud the chest, growing the neck and spine, pushing palms, holding, lowering a little deeper, arms sweeping forward, palms turn to face. Cup, pull higher, stand tall, slowly, inhale, pull to the sky, pull off the center line of the shoulders. Big breath as you draw back that booty and arms remain long and as high as we can until we fold all the way down, stepping those shins, hands, palms to the shin. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Knees bend. This is the last time through. You can say thank you. Pushing, growing spine, growing neck, sweeping arms forward, cupping, pulling, elevating. Holding, slowly raising that body. Inhale, exhale, take it down to the mat.
Yay.
Yay. Hallelujah. Okay, now that we're all warmed up, we're going to start some serious work. Good job, everybody. I know that's a lot of effort, but yeah, a little short of breath. Even though it may sound like a little verklempt, but no. All right, as you arrive upon the earth, what are you doing lying down like that?
I was waiting for the cue.
Well, we're not lying down. I said, take it to the mat. Some people took that as just lie down and enjoy ourselves. Maybe put our thumb in our mouth like a little suckle for, okay. With our left leg running parallel to the side of the mat, and we have that 90-degree bend. Let's take your right leg and sweep it out to the 90-degree point. So you have about 90 degrees going on. If you've gone to Panda, just to kind of get into that position, you may not be able to get rid of this thing, but we're going to try to work against the pull of the muscles that are causing us to be there by finding length through the spinal column. Now, if your knee needs to rotate inwardly a little bit, for the spinal column to grow, do what you need to do. Grow it and make it long. Now, if your hands supporting the upper body weight, take your palm and rotate it outward, leftward. So we have exterior rotation in the shoulder. So we're not interiorly rotated and loaded in that shoulder joint of yours. We're going to rotate it backwards, posting the hand. And now, when we got all this down, here's where the fun starts. We're going to take that right knee. If it's rotated inwardly, we're going to try to use the muscles of the leg to rotate it exteriorly. Now I'm going to hold on that for a couple seconds. You feel a little tension right down into the pubis area. I'm going to hold on that. I'm going to bring my right hand onto my left shin. And I'm going to take my right shoulder and draw it backwards as I crowd out the chest. I'm going to take my left knee and rotate it down towards the earth. As I release that breath now, I'm going to let my right knee descend to the earth as we get into our atypical 1990 position. We're going to let that left forearm be our support for the upper body. Now, a lot of times when we have the hand position forward, we rotate internally. I'm going to take the hand position externally and try to open through that left shoulder. I'm going to take my left hand onto left hip, and I'm going to start this exercise by simply taking the right knee and lifting and lowering slowly. The most important part of this is the lift, to try to increase the range that I'm able to open to. Of course, you can't get any lower than the level of the floor, so the opportunity for improvement is the opening. So work on that for a couple of repetitions. If the outside muscles of that right hip are starting to go, oh, that's great. That's kind of what the whole point of this thing is. Now, hold the knee down, and we're going to change some of the muscle use by simply taking the right foot and lifting it off the earth. You may notice that your upper body wants to shift forward to do that, but as best you can, try to fight that and use more of the external or internal rotators of the leg to keep that heel lift process going. So we're not helping the process by moving forward. Try to keep nice and long, nice and open through the chest. A couple more reps. Good. And then lower and switch sides. Oh, goodness. Nothing impossible. Probably feels like there's a little bit of challenge to it. And it's really what you're looking for right now. So I'm coming down to the forearm.
No, you missed this.
Oh, well, you're right. I missed that. It's senior moment. Let's get back to it. All right. So taking your left hand onto that right thigh, right shin. Here we go, folks. You're going to take a nice proud chest. And then what are we going to do, sweetie?
Move the knee back.
We're going to open the knee backwards as we create length with the upper body. And enjoy this nice little stretch. Keep the little nuances real. Try to take the right knee and rotate it earthward as we keep the left knee to try to open. As we keep spinal column and neck long, chest is proud. Left shoulder's pulling backwards, trying to pull a little more of that knee off the earth. We're going to use a little more resistance and more muscle to create that external rotation of the right knee. And as we release that, we come into our atypical 90 and 90 position. Down onto the forearm. Now I'm back in order. Chest long, hand to hip. That's the left hand, of course. And we begin this exercise by elevating the left knee. You might find that as you add more repetitions, that the elevation increases. And that's simply because the muscles become more responsive to a couple of things.
The demand.
The demand you put on it, when the neuromuscular system is able to recruit more muscle by practicing movement, and you get a little more blood flow, which means there's a little more activity of more muscle fibers.
Then you have to lift your heel.
And then on the next rep, let the knee descend, holding on that, and then take the foot left side and raise it up. And once again, just a friendly reminder not to shift the shoulder carriage forward. Try to keep that opening as we create the elevation on that left foot. A lot of our dysfunctions happen because of the involvement of primary movers, and the encapsulation of the joint is affected by only using those muscles as opposed to some of the smaller stabilizing muscles. So that's all we're doing right now, is just exercising some of those little things that make it all work better. All right, done enough reps, according to the boss. Enough, and this is enough. All right, I'm going to come grab a little glass of water. Not that that was strenuous, but you know what? I've been talking a lot. Oh, how wonderful is that? All right, now, as we lower down onto our backs,
we're gonna bring our feet and we're gonna post them slightly wider than hip width. We're gonna take a little bit of pelvic guidance. So we're gonna basically take our pubis and imagine we're kind of using our gluteals to pull, or actually the gluteals are kind of providing the guidance to help contract, and our abdomen, our six-pack muscles is helping to pull that pubis up and in. Now, it is an option to kind of bulge out or to kind of retract and also pull in. And that's with the assistance of your transverse abdominis. So we want to make both those muscles active. And if doing so makes your neck compress, tell it to relax. Take it easy. Now we have that pelvic tucking. It's like the tailbone has been peeled off the earth. And as we hold on this, I'd like you to practice the drawing in and engagement, like a bowling ball is going to drop on your belly button. That engagement of that six-pack muscle. Let's take the arms and bring them into action. So we're going to bring our torso muscles more active as we cup the hands and we keep the arms in the peripheral vision. We're going to use those grapefruits again and pull on a diagonal. Let the shoulders raise and pull in the direction that you're pulling with the grapefruit, and try to keep your breath calm and neck relaxed. Now, take your arms, rotate the elbows towards the center line, which means the palms are going to rotate slightly backwards or down towards the earth as we bring those arms straight as we can up over the chest. Fingertips cupped, palms facing backwards. Now we're going to extend the legs all the way out. Feet are going to remain flexed. We're going to keep this external rotation through the shoulders as we drop the chin into the chest, and vertebrae by vertebrae, peel up your spinal column. Arms are straight, neck tucked, and spine flexed as we let the hands dive in between the legs. We're not bending those elbows. We're going to use those grapefruit and pull, pull, pull with flexion in the spine. So we're letting it pull that spinal column with flexion towards the earth. Now, flip the palms, fingertips to the earth. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Drag the fingertips along the earth as you come up. Jump them over the legs and bring them all the way back. And then flatten them out to palms. Now, with flat palms, we're going to take the fingers and open them away from the body. We're going to bring the elbows into the body. Give us a nice little hug of sorts. Chest is proud. Neck is growing. Keeping this as we maintain this staff-like pose for just a second or two. You can feel some activation in and around the shoulders as you push the palms into the earth. Keep the spinal column long. And then keep the arms long, but relax that push. If you can, turn your fingers to face more backwards. As we practice more exterior rotation of the shoulder or of the arm itself, we're going to keep that chest nice and proud and begin that push of the palms to the earth with neck long and neutral and chest nice and proud. I'd like you to pull your shoulders off the center line of the body. And feel those muscles hopefully working and engaging. As you release your next breath, relax that. Bring hands over heart. You're going to let those muscles lengthen back out again like they want to. And then slowly, Pilates style, drop the chin in, lumbar, thoracic spine, finding each vertebrae all the way along to the back of your head finds its spot upon the earth. Arms are going to raise up over the chest. Again, we're going to cup the fingers. We're going to take our right leg and slowly bring elevation. As it becomes a 90-degree angle, or even greater or less, depending on what's suitable for your body today, we're going to hold that and then take the cupped fingers as we peel the back of the head and the upper vertebrae of the spine up off the earth to take the fingertips towards the earth, sorry, the foot, and then slowly lower back down. Keep those elbows rotating internally and fingers facing each other as you raise and lower for a few more repetitions. And then let it relax the upper body and then slowly lower the right leg. You might feel that right gluteal being active. Take the right heel, push it out along the earth. And now we're going to add these together for 3 repetitions. Arms reaching as the leg sweeps up, we peel the vertebrae and try to connect the two. They might not, and they probably won't. But as you lower back down, lower the leg. And as I said, for 3 repetitions, your pace, you choose how fast you go. And then let the arms relax, open your palms to face the sky. Let's reset those shoulders of ours. Take your head, roll it from side to side slowly. And then let's reset it. Arms back up, fingers cupped. Left leg sweeps up. Peel each vertebrae up and hold. Try to get a little higher. Slowly lower both. And now 3 repetitions. On your 3rd repetition, let the arms sweep all the way back. Let your fingertips reach in the opposite direction of your toes that you're about to point. So both are pulling oppositely. Fill your lungs with air. As you exhale, sweep those hands back up, remaining over chest. As you Pilates style, take it all the way back up. Keep everything kind of flexed as you dive arms and extend fingers, hands, whatever you can past the toe box or foot box. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. Let's take us back up to a seated position and sweep the legs backwards. Oh my goodness. And we're going to come on to all fours. Another one of what I call Sean's smooth transitions. You're going to grab a little water. I welcome you to do the same at any time for that matter. Now, from all 4 position, we're going to step our hands forward so that we're able to position elbows slightly forward of our shoulders. You're going to take your legs now and step them backwards and try as best you can to maintain that elbow positioning where it's slightly forward of the shoulders. Now, our pubis is grounded. So this is, we often call it, and it's often known, or is known to you as called 8-point plank. Right now, it's basically 3-point plank, 2 forearms and the pelvis. So we have a nice opportunity here to kind of grow the spinal column by lifting the chest up off the earth. Now, one of the things I need you to be mindful of is how it feels in the lower back. If it's causing compression, if it feels uncomfortable, do not lift beyond that comfort level. Just hold on that. Now, while we're here, I'm going to ask you to try to draw your belly up and in towards the spinal column. And if you notice any changes in and around the shoulders, like any tension forming, I need you to gain some control over that. Keep it relaxed. And then as we keep that belly pull and we hold on that, we're going to take the pubis and now elevate it up off the earth. And now we are in what's called 8-point plank. Our back toes tucked, knees down, elbows and hands, 8 points of contact.
slowly lower back to the earth. It should create a nice intense activation through that core system of ours. Three different muscle groups. So we're gonna hold on this as we pull the tummy up and then slowly raise up. And we're gonna add a little dimension to this by flexing or rounding the spine, the upper body. The upper spine rounding. And then slowly lowering back down. This is a very intense, or should feel like a very intense exercise. If it's kind of being missed, we're going to re-cue it again. Belly pulls up. Keep the belly pulling up as we raise up the hips onto our ape points and flex the spine. Keep the neck pulling long, keep the tension free through it. And then lower back down and step your hands back underneath the shoulders as you now use them to help leverage some length through the thoracic spine by coming into like a baby cobra. This baby cobra, I'd like you to pull a little the belly upward and inward towards the spinal column. As you inhale, expand and lengthen through the spinal column. Pull the back of the head skyward, pull the chin in towards that neck of yours. Take a big exhale and let the upper body fold down. And basically elevate your head to turn it from side to side. So it's basically like flipping a pancake. Take the gaze of your nose straight down and then use your arms to push up and away and draw back to child's pose. Let your fingers do the walking, and let your hips do the talking. Pull them backwards, towards the heels. Bring flexion to the spine as you walk your hands back underneath the shoulders. So as we cat-like position our bodies, draw the belly up and inwardly. Use your arms to push away the torso and everything that you can from the earth. Rotate your elbows center line. Let the hips draw backwards towards the heels. Now, flip the script on the feet. Take the tops of the feet to the mat and see if you can lower the hips just a touch more while you maintain that nice flexion in the spinal column. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. As you exhale, float back forward, tuck the toes. Float the knees, pull the hips up and back to down dog. Drive the heels towards the earth. Oops, my mat's slipping. Straighten the legs, drive the heels a little more. Walk back the hands towards the feet. Keep inverted. Bring hand to opposite elbow and keep inverted. Take the ball of each big toe, push it into the mat, and try to straighten your legs just a touch more. If you can, draw hips backwards a little more. As you inhale, extend to a flat back, but keep folded. Exhale, flex. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex. Inhale, extend. On the next flexion, hold down and see if you can bring the shoulder carriage a little closer to the earth without compromising the length through the legs. In other words, don't bend your knees. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Now Pilates style. Raise it up. Sweep it up to the sky. Oh, good morning. Bring those cup fingers together. Bring the tips of them together. Now, keep the elbows rotating and turn legs. Arms in the peripheral. Sweep to the left side. Take the right hip. push it out right. And like a pendulum would work, alternate from side to side. And as we center the body, let the hands descend over heart. So I can look at all your lovely faces and say thank you for joining us today. Namaste.
Namaste. Yeah, that was hard.
That was hard. That was hardly hard.
For the arms.
Yeah. A lot of shoulder work.
Ton of shoulder.